This is not an overnight game. You have to understand the markets or you're going to get left behind. Look, let's keep it all the way real. If you're looking to flip a quick $100 to $10,000, to be honest, this video is not for you. Look, I thought that too. When I first got into trading, when I first got into investing, I'm seeing all these videos saying, "Oh, you can make so much money. Just invest this amount, and you can get $10,000." You see all the videos saying $100 to $10,000. And what I realized, what I come to a conclusion with that is you really have to know what you're doing, right? And that's pretty much with anything. I know there's a story out there where I believe it's a plumber, right? And the guy he hired cheap plumbers, but he couldn't. The cheap plumbers couldn't fix the problem. But when he hired an expert, right? The expert knew where to knock, knew what bolt to twist, and it only took him 5 minutes. But the bill, right? The bill was $10,000 to $20,000, right? Because um, the guy had experience, right? So that comes with every single thing. Trust me, I thought the same thing. I'm coming into the market. I'm coming into investing. I'm coming into trading. Like, hey, you know what? I see everybody with all the cars and houses and money and stuff. I could do the same thing. But I've been in this game for 3+ years now, and I come to the realization like, hey, the main thing is that people really have to know what they're doing in this market. So stay tuned to the end, and I'm just going to give you the real and everything that I believe that will help you. So you got to understand it's a strategy, it's a process, and it's a mindset, right? But if you're understanding the market, how they move, how they shift, then yes, you can win big, right? But first, you got to stop chasing hype and you got to start building wisdom. That's why I'm doing this wisdom series because the Most High put it on my heart. Because I know it's a lot of people in these last days do not understand wisdom. They might have an understanding, but wisdom is the key to pretty much everything. So you have to be wise in these last days, right? Just like the years have seasons, right? Spring, summer, fall, winter, right? So does the market. There are bull markets and there are bear markets that you have to understand. There are quarterly earnings, tax deadlines, Fed interest rate meetings, and global events that can affect the stock market and the crypto market. You have to know, just like I just said, seasons. You can't plant seeds today and expect the harvest tomorrow. So um there's all it's going to take time. It's going to take time. That's what I'm trying to get across. It's going to take time for you to plant that seed and it to harvest, especially if you don't know what you're doing. If you think that you're just going to plant the seed and you can walk away and it's going to do what it do. I could see if you had lots of money to do that, but if you don't, this is where trading comes into play. So you got to understand, some people you might see blow up overnight, but what you don't see is thousands of hours that they put in to get to that point. You can ask any investor, you can ask any trader. It took years for them to build their portfolio, to build where they are today. And that really comes with studying. That comes with, falling short. That comes with failing. But you have to stay consistent. If you do not stay consistent, if you just give up after a year, after 2 years, you're not gonna get to that level where you see all these successful people. If you want that overnight success, you have to understand the moves behind the moves. You got to understand, why did Bitcoin pump? Why did XRP pause? Why is Q4 usually powerful for tech stocks and altcoins? This is not gambling. I'm telling you, it's very strategized. It's strategic timing. And this is something that you will learn if you decide to stay the course, if you decide to endure to the end. That's what any and everything that we do, we have to endure to the end. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, you have to stay consistent. You have to stay the course. The hard truth is this: you just gotta get it now, or you're gonna be left behind. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to wake you up. You have to understand, or you have to know what is really important to you. What do you see your life in the next 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, right? You have to have a plan now and like let it play out. You have to stick to the plan. You have to allow the Most High to lead first. But once you get to that mindset, everything will work out for your best interest. So, as we know, the world is shifting. Assets are going digital, currencies are going to the blockchain, banks are adopting crypto while telling you to stay away. Think about that, y'all. Like, really think about that. These banks was saying, "Oh no, no crypto, no digital assets." The big companies saying, "No, this is for scammers, this is for drug dealers." But now they have the biggest holdings in certain digital assets. You have to understand what's really going on. If you are waiting for it to make sense, you're going to be left behind. You're going to wake up and realize one day like, "Dang, I missed it." You got to think. I always say this. Back in 2009 when Bitcoin released, if you had $100 and you put it in there, even if you had $1, think about that. Even if you had $5 and you put it in there and you just kind of forgot about it and you looked at it to this day, you will be a millionaire. You got to think. So, I just saw this the other day, I believe yesterday. Ethereum, this is a cryptocurrency. Ethereum, it was the 10-year anniversary, right? So this coin been on the market for 10 years, right? And I believe the first year high was $13. But 10 years later, the high is $3,700. You get what I'm saying? So just imagine if you just bought two Ethereum coins, tokens, digital assets, however you want to put it, you will have some that really would have been a good investment, right? Some of these prices is way more than certain stocks. Some of these prices is more than gold. Think about that. And I'm not shooting down gold, but Bitcoin, that's $100,000. Ethereum, $3,700. And there's many more that's cheaper than that too, where you can get in, and if you wait 5, 10 years, your investment will come back heavy. You got to think about your percentages. You got to think about, the future. So once you really get into that mindset of planning, of really understanding, hey, this is not just for me, it's for the next generation. I'm telling you, investing just makes sense because time flies. Just think about 5 years ago. Think about that. That seems like it went pretty quick, right? So you got to understand that time does not wait for anybody. So you need to make the right moves today. You need to make the right moves right now. You have to understand that. Look, this is not fear, this is facts. The system is changing. You got to make the decision today. Are you going to change with it? Are you going to adjust with it? Or are you just going to be like, I'm not changing. This thing is going this way, and I'm gonna go this way. Of course, you have to be spiritually strong when you're in this space. But I'm telling you, it's possible. Do not run away from it. You got to face it head on. Look, you really don't have to know everything to start. I'm telling you. Let me say this clearly. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be willing. You don't have to master trading or understanding blockchain in 1 week. Trust me. It took me a while too. I was running away from it, but I'm glad that someone set me aside. And this is where I was at a point um, when I started to look at videos on YouTube and stuff. It started to pique my interest. And I'm like, huh. Then I talked to somebody about it, and he was like, yeah, trading's good. Yeah, I used to do that. But the real thing is like investing in this, investing in that. And I'm like, oh, so I really start to do my research. And that's the key factor right there. Research is everything. No matter what you're doing, you have to do your research and everything will start to make sense. So this is not going to be overnight. That's the main thing about this video. This is not going to be overnight. You have to understand that this thing, This thing, investing and trading, it's going to take time. Of course, if you have the right mentorship and stuff, if you have the right people, such as myself, I'm not a financial advisor. Like I always say, I'm just a brother that if I learn something, I want my community, I want people around me to learn it too. You have to be humble enough to learn and wise enough to act when others hesitate. Start small, ask questions. I have no problem if you email me. That's why I always say these one-on-one sessions, trust me. And if you're watching this, if you have been on a one-on-one session with me and I say, oh, we're going to do this for an hour and a half, we be on the phone for 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, to be honest, because it's a lot to go over. And I don't want to, if this is the only session that you're going to get, I'm trying to give you all the information that I can before you get off the phone. So that's why I always suggest people, if you're serious about this, you need to book a monthly consultation so we can really be on the phone for like for 4 to 5 times, just depending on your understanding. I'm not here to try to say, um, I'll just give me your money and I'm doing this for the money. No, I'm doing, yes, I'm doing it to provide for my family, but also I'm doing it to help you become a better investor, to really understand and have the wisdom and understanding to know what to do in the market, to know like, hey, this is not important, this is the most important thing, just look for this, look for that. This is what the big banks are doing. Like, you have to think like that. That's where I come in and like really teach people, hey, this is important, this is not important. You have to surround yourself with the people who study. You got to know you got to follow the right people. You got to listen to the right people. That's what I noticed too. So for me, I have a a separate YouTube that I use for, like my investing, crypto and stuff like that, stocks and stuff. And I noticed this the other day. I was using an iPad and I was trying to look up some news about cryptocurrency, because recently it was the crypto report that came out yesterday. Um, and I couldn't find anything. I was looking it up on a separate YouTube channel, right? Stay with me. Um, and all the news that was about crypto was about 4 or 5 days ago, about 4 or 5 months ago. And I'm like, ain't no way. This thing, this should be like hours. I'm looking for news like maybe an hour ago, maybe 20 minutes ago. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say you have to know the right people to follow. You have to follow the right people. You got to listen to the right people. And once you do that, they're going to bring more. They're going to suggest more people. They're going to put the more people in your uh, algorithm so you can listen to the right people. So that's why I say, this is very interesting. That's what I noticed yesterday. So as I'm talking about that, that definitely brought up what I was doing yesterday, trying to look for something on somebody else's YouTube. So I had to get back to my phone. I'm like, oh wow, this is, look, there's like plenty of people talking about it, but I just wasn't in the right um algorithm, I guess. So you gotta be around the right people, guys. You are not created to be left behind. You were born for a time as this. I'm telling you. This, what I'm talking about right now, is generational wealth. You have to understand that. Once you understand this, because they try to hide it from you, they try to push it from you. And I'm talking about the people and I'm talking about the people with big money, the people that invest in their trust, that really invest in their family for generations to generations to generations. They've been doing this the whole time, but they try to hide it from us. So all I'm trying to do, once I learn something like that, I'm like, man, this is the most thing that this is very important that people need to know, because it's they've been hiding this stuff, this information from us for a long time. But the people that know, they know and they understand, they stay down till they come up. If you feel the urgency, don't ignore it. Sign up for a one-on-one consultation or a monthly consultation, guys. I'll walk you through the space step by step. I'll help you understand the market seasons. build long-term visions, avoid rookie mistakes. That's very important because I remember when I started to learn things, and I'm thinking this, I'm going through this strategy, I'm going through everybody else's strategy besides the one that really works. You get what I'm saying? So I would teach you the ones that really work for me, the ones that I see that people the people that I follow that works for them too. And it's like it's simple once you really get it, but there's a lot of learning, there's a lot of understanding that you have to do. And I would help you position yourself to be in the right systems, to be in the right assets and stuff like that. Because while the world is asleep, the market is moving. You have to understand that. If you move with wisdom, you will not survive. You will thrive. You got to understand that. You got to know it. You got to believe it. Look, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like the video. Leave a comment below. I'm ready. If you are ready to really learn this space of investing and in trading, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a brother that likes to spread this love, to spread this knowledge to the people that really wants to understand. Because I'm glad that I learned this when I did, because it really is boosting our funds into a way where we're never going to run out of money. So you got to know that this is going to take time. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. And I will talk to you in the next video. Let's build the wealth right now, right? 1% at a time. And that goes with anything. 1% at a time. So I'll talk to you next video. Shalom, shalom, family.